Recording. Yes, the recording is on.
Thank you, Mattia. Again, Cinzia Zuffada, I'm the president of ISSNAF, and I'd like to give you some brief information about the foundation. Now, it tells me that the host has disabled participant screen sharing. I hope that you can do a quick reversal of this preference and let me share. Otherwise, I'll just describe what we are, but I assume that Matteo and Chiara will both need to share the screen. So I would recommend that we have the three of us be given this privilege. Okay, thank you.
Good.
And you should be able to see my screen, I hope.
Yeah,
Yes?
perfectly, Cinzia.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
sure, Cynthia. That's perfect.
Thank you. And very briefly, this is who we are, right? And where we reside. So we are a nonprofit incorporated in California. So we have an American legal status and representation. And we promote the scientific, academic, and technological cooperation between Italy and North America in all disciplines. Our mission is to connect, empower, and celebrate the Italian intellectual diaspora in North America and help retain a shared sense of identity and culture. We are nearly 20 years old, and we were founded at the impetus from the Italian Embassy in Washington, D.C., in recognition that the community had a number of very prominent researchers from all the disciplines. So 36 of them, including then 4 Nobel Prize winners, helped establish this foundation. And today we have more than 3,500 members. We have then a large number of affiliates, and we are distributed geographically over the territory of North America. Naturally, the East Coast, 3 states in particular, and California have a large, very sizable a group of us, and that's because historically this is where the diaspora has gone, right? So people who have been raised and educated in Italy then have chosen to live their professional lives in North America. We are organized into chapters, so the chapters help connect with the local regions, and we also organize events, a number of which are done with partnership and collaboration with the consular network and the network of Italian Institutes of Culture to keep the community together. So we have a large number of very experienced researchers in senior academic positions. So these are all academic positions that control funds. Often the researchers have also institutional positions that are very senior, and they give them a lot of leverage this way. Just very quickly, I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. It's just to give you a sense of the leadership in ISSNAF. We have a board that represents the governance. Then we also have a scientific council. These are also active researchers, academics by and large. We also have an honorary board. And the thing to note is that the ambassador of Italy to the United States is the chair of the honorary board. This reflects the very strong relationship that we have with the governmental representative of our country of origin. You can find all of this information on our website, and it's just for all of you to give you a sense that our foundation is grounded and of the interest that we all have in supporting the activities that we have. A little bit more about where we are, our top universities of affiliation for the diaspora here. You can see that very prominent universities in North America figure here. In consideration of the fact that we have a large segment in life sciences, you can see a few medical schools, right? So, but we have representatives virtually in all fields. A lot of economists, the social scientists are equal members, right, in our community with engineers and physicists and all representatives of physical sciences and so on and so forth. Amongst the programs, you can see that we are listing them in sort of historical order a little bit. We have had a mentoring program for a long time. Also opened in the last several years to students from Italian universities. This might be relevant. Chiara Gallo will tell us a little bit more about this. And we also have the mobility programs. That is the feature of this conversation. And we are happy that we have a number of partners so far amongst Italian universities who are partnering with us in trying to grow the participation to this program throughout the Italian network of universities as much as possible. So I have already said what we do. I want to go very quickly and just say something about the mobility programs before Matteo will speak, let's say, more in terms that are more specific and mechanical, if you wish. We have had mobility experiences for a long time in ISSNAF because our network is very interested in hosting students and researchers from Italian universities and research centers into their research group in North America. So we have done this on and off for a long time. And this is very important for the early career researchers and students as part of their program. It's what is called the Alta Formazione in the parlance of the ministry in Italy and the Italian universities. And it helps during the pursuit of a degree in an Italian university. It helps enormously to open the horizon of experience in research. As I'm sure most of you were very well aware, recently, in recognition of our successes over time, the MUR, the Italian Ministry for University and Research, has provided us with funding to be able to develop a system. A system means that it's an ensemble of tools and program development that allows what we do to be put on a system-like asset, right? So that we can make this available to the universities who want to participate in numbers that go beyond the onesies and twosies that we have done this over time. It is in this context that over the past few years, we have worked very actively and sign up universities to be enrolled in this program. And we have grown in North America the list of members who are very interested in hosting the students for a period of experience. And I just wanted to stress that we are very committed to this program, and we want this program to help you the Italian universities and you, the students, in this case, make the maximum use of what we have to offer and make it a valuable experience in your academic preparation and in the trajectory to get your degrees. So I want to stop here in terms of the ISSNAF information and want to give Matteo the opportunity to pick it up and talk about the mobility programs for the Merita schools. Thank you.
Thank you very much
Cinzia.
to Dr. Zuffada. Thank you very much, Cinzia, for this very important overview related to the structure of ISSNAF, to the mission of ISSNAF. I see we are more than 60 participants. I guess more of them probably hear about ISSNAF for the first time. So it was definitely very important to clearly state which is the main mission and also the structure of ISSNAF as a whole organization. So thank you very much. And of course, the floor is to Matteo.
Thank you very much, Mattia. Thank you very much to you and to Prof.ssa Capone for the organization of this info session that allow us to present our activities and programs to your students community. Cinzia has already introduced the mobility program that is a program that supports academic and research experiences for Italian university students at institutions in North America. So as we heard, of course, it all starts with a network of ISSNAF members who have always fostered relationship and collaboration with Italian university and have always offered mobility opportunities to deserving Italian students and scholars. In the recent year, ISSNAF has decided to centralize these opportunities, so to gather together all these opportunities and to formalize this initiative by creating this mobility program that could and is actually offered to Italian university and the School of Advanced Studies. So this partnership, we believe, provide excellent opportunities for students and researchers to collaborate with ISSNAF member and affiliates at leading university and research center across Northern America. So from the ISSNAF point of view, the starting point has been the construction of what we internally call the catalog of hosting opportunities. So which is a list of the names of the ISSNAF member of affiliates who have formally decided to join this initiative and to join the program. So this catalog consists in the list of their names, the names of the institution or university of affiliation, and most importantly, a set of keywords that describe quite precisely the research areas in which they have expressed willingness to host students that are selected by our partner university within this mobility program. This catalog of hosting opportunities now counts approximately 150 names, is an ongoing project, meaning that anytime our members can simply go on the ISSNAF website and add their name to the existing list. In this moment, the catalog includes professor, we heard from Cinzia about this already, includes professors from institutions that are constantly ranked among the very top internationally. So here you have a very short list of the most recognized and recognizable names, such as MIT, Stanford, Harvard, Princeton, UCLA, etc. But except for this very recognized name, the list consists of a number of top-notch universities with excellent international ranking. So each opportunity listed on the catalog is truly an excellent opportunity for all the Italian students interested. Moreover, It includes researchers from highly prestigious non-academic research centers that are recognized worldwide as top in the respective fields. So just a few examples again here: National Institute of Health, NASA, Fermilab, and several top-tier hospitals and medical research centers. It is very important for me to underline for all students and all PhD candidates who are interested in this opportunity as I said, to underline that the catalog of hosting opportunity doesn't have to be considered as the end of the opportunities available through ISSNAF, but as a starting point, because it is very much possible, and it has been possible in the past to explore opportunities behind those that are listed in the catalog for specific students or for specific application, meaning that through the ISSNAF network, we are able to explore opportunities that are not only the ones that are immediately expressed in the catalog. So we have the opportunity to go beyond those opportunities, but also beyond the ISSNAF network itself. So through the ISSNAF network, we are able to find opportunities also with professors that might not necessarily be Italian professor or might not be necessarily ISSNAF member, if this allows a better matching for the students and a better solution for the specific project that the student has presented. So we are going more into practical information now. So for the students who are interested in be part of this program, what you can expect and what you actually have to do. This is the way we normally work with our partner university. So the partner institution open a call for application that allow interested students to submit their application. Of course, in the call, you will have all the necessary detail about the list of the documents, the timing, and everything. So please consider this information that I'm sharing with you just as a general guideline. You're going to be asked to submit a CV, your academic background documents and information. So basically, we want to know where you have studied, what you have studied, your grades, if you are at PhD level, if you have, for example, already published something, you are working on a publication. So all this kind of information that can help us and the possible host professors to have a clear picture of the applicant. But most important, what we are looking for is a short proposal of a research project that you wish to develop abroad. This, of course, will be shared with the potential host. So we actually need to know what is your project, so what you would like to develop during your period abroad. Applicants are encouraged to indicate one or more potential hosts of their interest from the catalog of hosting opportunity that I just mentioned, that is going to be normally made available during the call. As I mentioned, other names are permissible, but the matching outcome might be simply a little bit more difficult. So just to clarify this aspect, as I said, we are not available but happy to guide each applicant throughout the application. And this is something that we strongly suggest to all students interested, is to get in touch with us as soon as possible, because the sooner we get in touch, we can start to collect idea, start to explore opportunities that might be the perfect fit for you, and also for you to start to share this information with your supervisor or the professor you are currently working in your institution. So the sooner you get in touch, the better, because this is going to help us in providing you all the necessary information, and is going to make a lot easier the application process for you, and is going to shorten the length of the steps that will follow the application, that are the ones that we are going to see now. So at the end of the application, we start what we call the matching process. So we receive the application that are approved by your institution, And we start actually from your research project. So starting from the research project, we start to work to identify the most suitable host institution or laboratory for you to develop the project that you have presented. Once this name is identified, students will be invited to take part in a meeting or an interview with a professor or researcher to discuss the project's details and agree on the timing and the scope of work. So in this phase, we'll start a dialogue between the applicant and the possible host professor in order to define more precisely the project and the activities to be carried out during your period abroad, because of course we are going to start from a short proposal that you present with the application, and during this phase you are going to define more precisely what you are going to do. Once the project is finally officially approved by the host professor, all applicants will be contacted by the host university, who will provide all the necessary information for the documentation necessary to be or enrolled at the host university, and about the visa procedure. So just a few words about the enrollment. So this mobility program aims to create connections between students and institution where at the moment there is not necessary an agreement, meaning that you can be hosted by a professor, just to give you an example, from UCLA, and not necessarily there is an agreement, an institutional agreement between the two institutions, so that your institution in Italy and the one who is going to host you in Italy. So most of the case, students are hosted in the North American institution as visiting students. So this mobility aims to help students to develop most of the case a research project or a thesis project, but is not about a formal exchange where you come back to Italy with, for example, degree recognized for activities that you have carried out during your studies. ISSNAF is going to support you throughout all these administrative steps, even though I have to say that you will have a fantastic and very clear guidance by the professor first for what the academic part is concerned, and then from the offices for what is for everything that regards the bureaucracy and the administrative procedures. One other thing to keep in mind that is crucial and key in order to properly organize your mobility abroad is timing. Again, this is just a general guideline, so keep it for what it is. So normally the duration of the call is 45 days. The identification of an host, so the matching process from our side, up to 30 days, project approval up to 60 days, and 1 month after receiving the let's call it the green light from the hosting institution to actually get the visa and be able to start your experience in the United States. I will have to somehow repeat what I've said before, but is a key information also when it comes to timing. Get in touch with us as soon as you can if you are interested, even before the call is open, because the more we work together and we try to build up the application together, of course, less time it will be necessary to identify an host and for the project approval, meaning that if we know a lot about the applicant and about the application that you are going to present, we can start to do some evaluation internally, maybe start to pre-alert a potential host and guide you through the project that you can present. Naturally, as you can understand, we are talking about a research project. In this case, we are talking about PhD candidates. So projects might be quite complex, as you well know. So as you can understand, the timing might vary quite significantly case from case, meaning that we have received projects from students in the past that were already quite a perfect fit in the activities of the host professor, so the green light arrived right away. In some other cases, it was necessary for the host professor and the applicant to work a little bit together to come to a final project that was a good solution for both the student and the hosting institution. So once again, we are not just available, but happy to get in touch with you anytime you wish to know more about the project and about the opportunities available. I'm going to share my personal email here in the chat at the end of this short presentation, and I really hope I can get in touch with you to help you out in building up your application. That's all from my side. I would leave the virtual floor to my colleague, Prof.ssa Chiara Gallo, who is going to introduce you the mentoring program, which, among other things, can be actually an excellent tool to properly prepare your mobility in Northern America with ISSNAF. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to you, Matteo, to Dr. Magnani. Very clear explanation. Maybe that after kind additional explanation about mentoring program from Dr. Chiara Gallo, we can give some additional information related to the upcoming applications, upcoming call, in order to give more specific details on that. But now the floor is to Dr. Chiara Gallo.
Yes, thank you very much. Good afternoon to everyone. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, sure.
Perfect. Thank you, Professor Crespi. Thank you, Cinzia and Matteo, for the opportunity of presenting the ISSNAF mentoring program for students to this audience. My name is Chiara Gallo. I'm ISSNAF project coordinator. And among other things, I also have the pleasure of running the mentoring program for students. ISSNAF started this program back in 2018, and since then, more than 200 mentees have been supported by our mentors. Over the years, we have adjusted and improved the program in order to fit better student needs and university timelines. That's why now, starting from last year, we decided to split the program into two different calls, one in spring and one in fall, so that more students have the chance to apply to this opportunity. Each call stays open for a month and a half. That gives students time to fill out the online form, gather all the documents required, and ask a professor for a reference letter. Once the call is closed, our matching team works for another 6 weeks to find the best possible mentor for each applicant. Then, when the matching is done, mentees and mentors are introduced and can start the 6 months mentoring journey. This is just to give you a span of the timing. It's like a 9 months period from the calls, from when the call opens and when the mentorship stops, finished. Who can become an ISSNAF mentee? The ISSNAF program, this ISSNAF program, is open to all university students, whether undergraduates, graduate students, or even recent graduates from any Italian institution who are interested in exploring study or career opportunity in North America, both in the US or in Canada. And of course, those who send their application, CV, and letter of reference before the deadline. This is really, really important for us. How does the matching work? Applicants, unfortunately, cannot choose their mentors directly, but don't worry, because ISSNAF has a dedicated team, the matching team, that takes care of this process very carefully. In order to find the best match for each applicant, it's really important that you provide detailed information in your application. Normally, we ask you to tell us your university, your field of study, your degree, and most importantly, motivation and expectation from this program. The more accurate and specific you are, the easier it is for us and our team to find the right mentor for you. Once your application is received and has been accepted, the matching team searches within ISSNAF's mentor pool for the best fit. Then the mentor is contacted and receives the mentee's information. If the mentor agrees, it's a match. It's quite easy as a process, so trust it. We know how to make the best match between the mentor and mentee. Once the matching is done, as I mentioned earlier, the mentoring experience lasts for 6 months. It might sound short, but if used well, it can bring huge benefit, especially if you already have some goals in your mind, but has plenty of doubts and questions that you want to answer. Many of you may be thinking about doing an experience abroad, and that's why we are also presenting the mobility program ISSNAF provides. Maybe you know what you like to do, but you are not sure how to make it happen. And that's exactly where the ISSNAF mentoring program can really help. Mentoring helps you clarify your goals and identify the right path, whether that means choosing a field, institution, or research center in the US or Canada. Our mentors can offer first-hand insight into academic and professional environments, share advice on funding and fellowship opportunities, and give you practical tips on how to prepare strong application and proposal. Moreover, beyond the academic aspects, mentor can also help you navigate practical and cultural challenges, like understanding visa processes or adapting to a new environment and build your professional network. And if in any point you still have a question or doubt, ISSNAF is always there to support you. Some of you during this presentation may already think that, am I good a candidate? Is this the right program for me? And the answer is, of course, you are. ISSNAF mentees are students who, at some point in their study, have felt a bit uncertain or overwhelmed by too many choices. They might be curious about what it's really like to study or work in North America, or they just want to get a clearer idea before making big decisions, like they want to go in abroad for a certain period of time. If that sounds even just a little bit like you, then you're a perfect ISSNAF student mentee. But who is on the other side of the mentoring? On the other side of this program, there are our mentors, ISSNAF members who may have faced the same doubt and challenges you are facing now when they were students. Now, as experienced professionals, they just want to give back and help the next generation find their way. If you want more information about mentees and mentors, on the ISSNAF website, you can explore testimonials from past mentees and discover some of our mentors in the Members in Action gallery. My presentation was really quick. I didn't want to steal you much time, but I really hope that you get a little bit curious about this program. So if you want to apply, you have time until November 15 for the fall 2025 call, and you can scan the QR code for more information on send me an email to young.isnaf@isnaf.org. ISSNAF look forward to receiving your application and to help you navigate this important step in your studying career, which is to choose whether or not to spend some time abroad and deepen your research or find new ways to grow your professional path. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much to Dr. Gallo for this additional information on mentoring program. I see Dr. Sara Barsanti. I don't know if you, Sara, would like to add anything more.
Hi, good afternoon. No, that's okay for me. I saw some question on the chat, so maybe Dr. Magnani or Fada there is one, I think Muhammad is one, Sant'Anna PhD students is asking for something.
Yes.
Let me check, sorry, very quickly. Is the opportunity open to international PhD students enrolled at Sapienza? Yes. The answer is yes. So we consider all students enrolled into our partner university. So the passport you hold is not an issue or a problem for you in presenting your application. Of course, we have to respect the rules, the immigration rules that are in place in North America. So there might be some restrictions for students holding certain kind of passports. Again, this one more reason to get in touch with us as soon as possible, because this might be a factor that might make harder or slower the matching process. We can let you know. But generally speaking, the program is open to all students enrolled into the partner university without any regard to the passport.
Thank you, Matteo. So if I correctly understood from Sara, Muhammad is enrolled in Sant'Anna. And so since Sant'Anna is a partner institution, it's just the same. So Sapienza and Sant'Anna in this respect are completely equivalent.
Thanks. Yes.
Then, if I may, I saw other question, and if you want, I can take advantage of the next few minutes to try to answer them. One is about GRE is necessary, is not mandatory to have a GRE. Of course, the more documents you have attesting that you have an excellent academic background, those are absolutely very welcome, but it's not necessary. As I said, especially for what the mobility program is concerned, the main focus is the research project that you want to develop abroad. Then, especially in this occasion, so we are talking to students of two advanced studies schools. So we know that already the students are extremely selected. So the background of the students listening to this presentation is already, we can say that we are confident of the level of preparation of the students. Another question from Elisa is if I don't get if we have to submit a research proposal or not. Yes, this is one of the most important. We are talking about the mobility program, not the mentoring. The mentoring can help you actually in maybe developing the right research proposal. But when applying for the mobility program, yes, you have to submit a research proposal, which is actually the key aspect that the potential host is going to take under consideration. So yes. There is then a call for scholarship, or a question about scholarship of funds that gladly will leave to Professor Crespi or Prof.ssa Capone.
Yes, thank you very much, Matteo. Yes, I think I can speak for Sapienza, but since we both, Sant'Anna and Sapienza, we are involved in the same project Merita, so the rules will be the same, and the calls will include for both also not only the need to submit an application including the project, as Dr. Magnani just said, but also the call will specify also the scholarships that will support the secondment. I see there is another very detailed question from Sofia Di Russo.
Yeah, I was going through that. I would like to ask whether the partner university requires scholars of classical Arabic language and literature. So just as a general information, keep in mind that the hosting opportunities offered by the ISSNAF community, as Cinzia mentioned before, are spread out through and covers different disciplines. I would say almost all of them. But again, ISSNAF the ISSNAF members are in most cases Italians, professors, academics, researchers that have moved to the United States to pursue and continue their career. So naturally, Arabic language and literature is not one of the subjects that most Italians go to deepen into in the United States. So we might have a lack of representation for this specific area. I don't know, Cinzia, if you want to add anything on this regard.
Yes, I just want to add that we want to capitalize on our membership strengths. And so while we might have some scholars that cover very, very specific topics, in general, let's say, we would leave it to the Italian institution to then select the eligibility on their students in terms of opportunities that are offered, right? So we wouldn't want to necessarily preclude disciplines, but we would count on, in this case, is Sapienza, Scuola Superiore, Studi Avanzati, and Scuola Sant'Anna to decide who do they want to select in terms of, given their resources, and their criteria for, representation of disciplines, representations of, covering maybe the pool of applicants, right? The gender representation and whatnot, who will be the eligible students that will then provide the matching opportunity with. So I wouldn't want to exclude or focus anything one direction or another. I want to add that I see some questions having to do with local geographical selections. I think that the important criteria in the matching is really an overlap of interest in the project, in the research project, not, I want to go to the West Coast rather than the East Coast or the South of the United States. That's not the right way to look at this, because in the matching, we need to consider the overlap of interest and then the availability of the host at the time when the student will be overseas. So it's not productive to want to be very restrictive in terms of, I only do this if I get to go to Princeton. That it might never happen if that's your approach. And given this, we then might end up with more than one potential match, and then we would discuss with you where the best fit might be. So I invite you to think broadly in terms of, finding an experience that is going to help your career. It helps broadening the depth and latitude of your studies through this experience in North America, whether it's the US or Canada.
Thank you very much, Cinzia. I see other questions. Well, coming back to the long question from Sofia Di Russo, I would say that at least for Sapienza, you mentioned the tricky question related to dual use. Of course, you have to consider that actually all the disciplines covered by Sapienza in principle are eligible to be selected depending on the quality of your program. It's strictly dependent on the quality of your project or the possibility to be selected or not. So in order to have some additional information, there are a couple of previous calls already closed up to now, issued by Sapienza School for Advanced Studies, and you can browse them to have an idea about the criteria used to select the application. So going through.
I saw a couple of people asking for a clarification about mentoring and mobility and the difference. So if I may, basically those are two separate programs that are offered by ISSNAF independently. So as really generally speaking, the mentoring program is a program that is offered to students at all stage that aims to do many different things in the United States or in Canada, meaning that it's a program that aims to provide students with information and guidance about the American landscapes. They related for the purpose of this info webinar. The way the two programs relate to each other is that the mobility, among other things, can be used as a perfect tool to prepare your mobility. So you can apply to for the mentoring program. So I don't know if for this first call there will be the time for that, but just as a general information for the future, PhD students at the very beginning of their career, or already when they are at the end of the so-called magistrale, they can benefit from the mentoring program in order to start to collect information on the landscape of the specific academic area they are interested in. So in order to start to properly develop a project and to actually find possibly already a set of institutions that he can or she can consider for his mobility application. So in this sense, the two programs relate to each other, because one can be like a perfect tool to prepare for the other. But they do exist independently, and they are offered also independently. So this is, I don't know, probably if was needed this additional clarification.
Yes, Matteo, if I can add some more information that maybe were unclear during my presentation, I apologize for that, is that the mentoring program is totally held online. There is no need to go to the United States or Canada to meet your mentor. So it's a preliminary contact with the North America, United States and Canada, in order to gain more information about possibility in North American institution, but it lasts 6 months and it's totally online. So there is no need to get prepared to move before your project, your mobility project has been approved or other things. So yeah, as Matteo said, one can benefit the other, one program can benefit the other. So if you want to know a little bit more about the US and Canada environment and to learn more about if it's the right place where you can develop skills and you can have a career in your field of interest, you can start with the mentoring and then find information in order to apply for the mobility.
So I see there are some questions related to when the next call will be open. And I have to say that we would like to open the call pretty soon. There are still some administrative issues that we already discussed with the kind colleagues from Sant'Anna, but we strongly plan to open the call early November, if possible. Second, another common question, if there, if I correctly got, yes, if the call will be also related to possible funds, the answer is yes. This is why I just mentioned that there are still open, slightly open issues, administrative issues. And if you would like to browse the previous calls issued by Sapienza School for Advanced Studies, you can clearly see that each secondment was supported up to 7,500 euros. It was not a completely equal support, funding support. It was dependent also on the quality of the project. And also for this call, we would like to have a basis, guaranteed basis, but the quality of the project for sure will impact also the total amount that in case you will be selected, you will receive.
Can I just say that for Sant'Anna School of Advanced Studies, we will try to align ourselves to the approach that has been followed by the Sapienza, and therefore our calls will be very similar in terms of deadlines, but also in terms of the fundings available and the criteria for the participation. We are working on the calls, so as soon as possible they will be published, and we have in mind the timeline that Professor Crespi just described.
Another question is related to the duration of the period. This is a key issue because, of course, the duration cannot be too short because there is basically no benefit or a very small benefit coming from a short secondment. In principle, we would like to put a minimum of 4 months and a maximum 6 months. We know from very last secondment we managed in Sapienza School for Advanced Studies that up to exactly 6 months, nowadays there are some restriction coming from new rules in US, but for sure Cinzia or Matteo are much more informed than myself.
If I may jump in on this issue, given that in the United States we are definitely going through a period of changes. Universities are affected in terms of their enrollments and their regular student programs. As far as hosting is concerned, most hosting programs have remained in place because, as was mentioned earlier by Matteo, the visiting students are not enrolled students at the universities in the US. They are visitors, like faculty are, right? And they come typically with funds that are not funds of the institution. So in some cases, some institutions like national labs, say the example is my work environment, which is NASA, are precluded from using federal funds for foreign students. So they couldn't pay for foreign students in any shape or form, but they are not precluded from hosting foreign students if they come with their own funds. And this is how most visiting programs work, and they are currently active. So I can vouch for a number of people who are currently being enrolled in the visitor program at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory. This is continuing, and moreover, the visa services at the embassy in Rome, to my knowledge, are open. So we can assume that this will continue to be the case for the foreseeable future. Of course, you know, we will see, but today we can say that the hosting programs are still alive.
Thank you very much, Cinzia. This is an extremely important clarification. I see there are a couple of questions related to the possibility to use a direct contact with a lab or to again select a possible destination, but I think Dr. Magnani has already replied quite clearly. I see there is another question related to the possibility to get funds within the upcoming calls for PhD students that are who are already supported by Lazio Disco scholarships. The answer is yes. There is no conflict between an already gained or upcoming scholarship and the funds related to ISSNAF calls. They are completely independent and they can get in the same time. Sorry, I was muted. I do not see any new questions. I don't know if you, Cinzia, Matteo, Dr. Gallo, or of course, Professor Capone would like to add.
No, from my study it was all. Once again, and renew my availability to discuss and start to get in touch with all interested applicants to, as I said, start to collect ideas, evaluate options, because the sooner we get started, the better. You will have more time to prepare your application properly, and as I said, it's going to reduce the time of the steps following the end of the call. And so, especially if students are planning to take advantage of a mobility period in North America as soon as possible, this is quite a key aspect.
Okay. So it seems there are no more questions from the audience.
If I may,
Sure.
it might be helpful for Mattia and Professor Capone to talk about perhaps the you know, when will the recording be made available, so that these students might be able to go back and re-listen to this presentation, look at these materials, I think the audience would probably benefit from a clarification, and ISSNAF would like to post this and help the exposure to the student population who can then take advantage of what is being offered. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Cinzia. So I have to say that as soon as possible, Zoom will release the closed file of the recordings. I will share to you. And so you can deliver all over the world.
Sounds great. Many thanks. And thank you for the presentations. They have been extremely clear and very to the point. And I think that they raised a lot of questions from a very interested audience. So we are hopeful that once the calls are out, we will receive many applications from our PhD students.
Thank you very much, Francesca. If I may, I would stress the fact that in case some of you, I hope many of you are interested, truly interested in ISSNAF program, but maybe for some reasons you cannot plan to use immediately the secondment. Of course, please stay tuned and use as much as possible the mentoring program. So there are 2 steps, and they can there is a full benefit both for the mentoring program and for the secondment program. So if you are not ready to move now, please stay tuned for having the most benefits from the mentoring program. And of course, please, in any case, I think that is important for you to think about a possible project, to try to prepare a possible project, also to apply, even if you are not fully convinced to have now your secondment. It's just a trial, but I think it is important. Sorry for such an advertisement, but I definitely think this is the right way to approach this very, very important opportunity. Okay, it seems no more questions, so the webinar was very clear and very efficient. I don't know if you, Cinzia, as president, would like to close.
Thank you, Mattia, and thank you, Francesca, our institutional hosts. It has been a pleasure for us. So on behalf of ISSNAF, we are ready, we stand ready to help your communities make the best of this opportunity. As Mattia was saying, give it a try, right? We are happy to engage with you and help guide you through this period where you might have some questions, you might have some doubts, and hopefully we can provide some help clarifying the landscape here and move forward. So I look forward to seeing your contacts and eventually seeing your applications. Thank you all for your participation on behalf of ISSNAF.
Thank you very much, Cinzia. So there are something in chat, mainly some thanks. And well, I think that for today, more or less, that's all. Thank you very much for joining this webinar, and stay tuned with ISSNAF, and stay tuned, of course, also with Sant'Anna and Sapienza School for Advanced Studies. we really hope to issue as soon as possible our 2 calls. Thanks a lot, and have a nice
Thank you very much.
evening, and
Thank
of course,
you.
for Cinzia, have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Bye.
Thank you.
you.
Chat
Bye-bye.
soon.
Bye.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Thanks again.
Bye.